By the tender age of 21 in 2007, Mario Dewar Barrett, known to fans simply as Mario, had achieved more than most aspiring entertainers could dream of. Since making his debut 6 years earlier, he'd recorded 3 hit albums, appeared in several Hollywood films, and played live to throngs of adoring fans. Those feats become even more impressive when considering the trials and tribulations he experienced during his formative years. Mario was born on August 27, 1986, in Baltimore, Maryland. He credits his mother, Shantia Hardaway, for encouraging him to sing at a very early age, telling Ebony, "At 4 years old, she saw singing ability in me. She kept good music around me, which helped me to see other options. Sam Cooke is an artist I've grown to love, also Earth, Wind, and Fire, and my mother played the piano. It was her way of keeping me away from the negative influences in our environment." Throughout his childhood, Mario competed in talent competitions, dreaming of becoming a star. That dream started to become a reality when he was 11 years old. After performing a Boyz II Men song at a local talent show, he signed with his first manager, Troy Patterson, who also became something of a surrogate parent to him when Mario's mother was in the throes of addiction. 3 years later, Mario came to the attention of legendary music executive Clive Davis. After meeting with Mario and hearing him sing, Clive was impressed with the teen's talent and immediately signed him to his J Records label. Mario released his first single, Just a Friend 2002, a remix of the 1989 hit by Biz Markie, in April of that year. The song outperformed the original single on the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 4. It also captured the number 3 spot on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. His self-titled debut album appeared that July, featuring the singles Braid My Hair and Come On. It debuted at number 9 on the Billboard 200 Albums chart and went gold within months of its release. At only 15 years old, Mario and his image were carefully molded to appeal to, who else? Teenage girls.
He auditioned for me in my office, no one behind him, just sang a cappella, and it encouraged me. Every year I've got a Grammy party, the night before the Grammy. Last year it was Alicia. This year, right before Stevie Wonder, and before Puffy and Busta, and right in front of him was Stevie Wonder. I put him on to sing It Knocks Me Off My Feet. He blew everybody away. Stevie came up to me and him and said, "I want to write for the next album." So if it's Stevie, and if it really is the whole industry, his record's going to number 1, right now. The album's entered the top 10. We have a huge, huge new star in the world.
Mario, how old are you, man? 15 years old. I don't know if you know what he just said. The man who just said that, when he says that, believe every word that he says, because he knows exactly what he's talking about. What's it like for you at this tender age, out of Baltimore, Maryland, to have this push behind you?
I'm loving it right now, man. He showed me a lot of love. J Records, has held me down since I first started with them. We ready to go for the ride.
After taking a couple of years off to finish high school, he returned with his sophomore offering, Turning Point, in late 2004. The album, launched just a few months after Mario turned 18, was still targeted to female listeners, but it displayed a greater sense of maturity, attributable partly to the more sensual material, partly to the singer's deeper and more masculine voice, and partly to a more polished adult image designed to draw in a wider audience beyond teeny boppers. Mario had traded his cornrows and sneakers for a more refined look, sporting a crisp tailored suit and neatly manicured facial hair. The smooth, soulful single, Let Me Love You, was a runaway success, holding on to the number 1 spot on the Hot 100 for 9 weeks, and hitting number 9 on the UK singles chart. It also broke Usher's Yeah record with 191 million radio listeners shortly after its release.
You should let me love you, let me be the one to...
Whereas his first album had made Mario a pop idol, Turning Point brought him the critical acclaim he desired. He earned 2 Grammy Award nominations for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance and Best Contemporary R&B Album, and won the Billboard Award for Top R&B Hip Hop Single for Let Me Love You. A couple of years later, things turned sour between Mario and his now former manager, Troy Patterson. Mario filed suit against him and his Third Street Music Group to void an oppressive production deal. The complaint charged that under the contract he signed with Troy, he received only about $50,000 from the sale of more than 3 million records. Those units generated about $20 million for J Records. Troy filed a countersuit. By early 2007, everything had been settled. While Mario was recording his third album, he agreed to allow MTV to film a documentary about his troubled relationship with his mother and her continuing struggle with heroin addiction. I Won't Love You to Death, the story of Mario and his mom, aired in October 2007.
You feel like just because you're my mother, you can do whatever you want, and I'm supposed to accept it, and that's
not true.
That's
very
very
true.
true.
You're wrong. What you mean?
Very true.
What are you talking about? Be specific. What are you talking about?
Using around me here, not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That.
Oh, you talking about
and just
that?
like me, yeah, I'm talking about that, and just me accepting it because you're my mother.
Right, and that's why you shouldn't accept it.
If you would just do what you say you're gonna do, you ain't gonna have to worry about it. Come here, we talking. Where you going? Come here though, for real, seriously. Come here, Mom. Mom.
In it, Mario shared with fans his battle and pain. Not knowing his father and being mostly raised by his grandmother, who died when he was 12, Mario discussed being left to care for his two younger brothers when his mom was away on binges. He described seeing needles on tables in the house as a child, wondering why his mother was always in the bathroom and not seeing her for months at a time. Sometime in 2007, Mario decided to stop supporting his mother's lifestyle. He arranged an intervention with her close friends and begged her to go to treatment. The 30-day rehab stint worked, and in the same Jet magazine interview, Mario reported that his mother was 8 months clean. Mario's third album, titled Go, was released in the US in December 2007. The singles How Do I Breathe, Crying Out For Me, and Music for Love all did well on the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart. The album also contains the song Do Right, which talks about his mother's addiction and how it affected his childhood. In addition to his music career, Mario branched out into acting as well. In 2006, he appeared in the dance-themed movie Step Up, and in 2007, he starred in the biographical drama film Freedom Riders. Seeking to develop his talents and widen his fan base even further, in 2008, he appeared on the 6th season of the hit dance competition television series Dancing with the Stars. Mario waltzed, tangoed, and quick-stepped for 8 weeks before being eliminated from the show. Media critics were quick to point out that the show offered him an opportunity to reach more audiences. For Mario's fourth album, DNA, the lead single Breakup, featuring Sean Garrett and Gucci Mane, was released in April 2009. The song peaked at number 2 on the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart and number 14 on the Hot 100, becoming his most successful single in 5 years. The album dropped that October. 1 year later, on the morning of October 1st, 2010, Mario was arrested in Baltimore for allegedly assaulting his mother in an apartment they shared. According to police, she told cops he'd been throwing and damaging property, and pushed her around with his hands and forearms. Cops say they found several broken items inside the apartment, including a broken china cabinet, a busted mirror, and a hole in the closet door. Mario's mother also told police that her son had attacked her earlier in the week, in which he pushed her 8 feet into a living room wall where she hit her head on the wall. Mario was eventually arrested for second-degree assault and later released on $50,000 bond. The following month, though, Mario was off the hook after his mother admitted on the witness stand that she was hopped up on drugs when she made the allegations. She completely changed her story, saying she was under the influence of drugs and alcohol when she called the cops, and that the assault claims were untrue. According to the Baltimore State's Attorney's Office, the assault charge against Mario was officially dropped. In an interview with Vibe that December, Mario was asked about his current relationship with his mother. Not to go into exactly what happened that night, because to others, my life is a little game to play because they think they know. At the end of the day, whatever goes on at home, stays at home. I'm just glad to be vindicated. I care about my mother's health more than anything, and her getting back on her feet. It really doesn't matter what happened to me, and she'll tell you herself that I've always been there for her and will continue to be there for her. The following year, RCA Music Group announced it was disbanding J Records, along with Arista Records and Jive Records. With the shutdown, Mario and all other artists previously signed to those 3 labels would release future albums on the RCA Records label. After releasing several non-album singles over several years, Mario parted ways with RCA Records due to creative differences in 2013. Between 2010 and 2017, Mario worked on a lot of music and planned to release more albums, but nothing ever came to fruition. During this time, he also founded his own independent record label, New Citizen LLC. Sadly, in 2017, Mario's mother passed away from a drug overdose at the age of 49. His fifth album, Dancing Shadows, finally dropped in October 2018. It was preceded by the singles Drowning, as well as the title track. 2 years later, Mario released his first EP, Closer to Mars. On June 23, 2022, Mario and Omarion faced off in a Versus with a special pre-show featuring Ray J, Bobby V, Pleasure P, and Sammy. While some artists' vocals seemed to lack, Mario's were on point, and he made sure to consistently remind everyone that his mic was indeed on. In 2024, he dropped his last studio album to date, Glad You Came. In support of the project, he kicked off a 12-date 2025 tour in Europe from April 24th to May 17th.